parish council asked the young people of the village to make a record of village life for the millennium. This is their video.
The Church of St John, built in 1869 and commissioned by Mr George Waddington. Designed in early English style of limestone, faced with flint and edged with brick.
Let's play the organ in the church.
Look at that. Excellent. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
James, just put the arm round behind Kate, if you wouldn't mind. And just hold... Alright, okay, that's great.
It's a moment like really not that bad.
In 1872, Mr John Waddington built a schoolhouse and master's house. Church Farm was built in the 18th century. It is a two-storey cottage. The roof is thatched with dormer windows set into the eaves. The cottages were built about 160 years ago. This is number 1 Slate Hill cottage.
By Products. To attract skilled labour
down to this area. Home Farm Cottage. It was built in the 17th century. It used to be 2 cottages. One of these was called Cheese Cottage. Gardener's Cottage was thought to be built in the 18th century. Like Home Farm Cottage, it probably belonged to the farm workers working at Home Farm. Home Farm was possibly built in the 18th century. It is built of marlstone with brick dressings. The roof is finished in plain tiles. Cromwell House is situated next to Home Farm. It was built around 12 years ago.
This is Hangerview Cottage, probably built in the Victorian times. It's the largest enterprise in Langrish. As we know, it was originally founded by Mr. Talbot Ponsonby. Afterwards, he noted the opportunities in the new and expanding plastics industry and began to make moulds at the end of Langrish village. This was built about 250 years ago and it's called Green Lawns. It's probably about 250 years old and was occupied by lime burners.
The old post house, it is situated near to the village green and used to be the old village shop. This is Langrish village green, probably the middle of Langrish. The old hop kiln used to be the barn where horses were kept from Church Farm. It was converted into cottage it is now in 1989. Pitt's farmhouse was built in the 18th century of brick with purple headers. The front of Old Pitt's farm faces onto the green. Years ago. It used to be the coach house to Langrish Lodge. This is where the old village shop used to be. It's now living accommodation. This house, Yew Tree Farmhouse, was built around the 17th century. This cottage is called Underwood Cottage. It was built in the 17th century. It is of traditional timber framing with brick infilling, also some wattle and daub. This is the old vicarage. It was built 2 years after the church was built in 1874. These houses at Reeds Meadow were built about a year ago.
The first one for the whole shot. Lining up that. Pink, 3, 2, 4.
Now, Percy.
Hello, Percy.